Have a hearing loss? Do you guys know what that means? You're right. That means that you can't hear everything that people say. You can't hear your dog when they bark. You can't hear the cars when they pass by on the street or they honk their horns. Your classmate heard all of those sounds for the first time just a couple of weeks ago. Do you remember the first time you heard your mom say your name? I bet your classmate does. So when she was born, she couldn't hear anything at all. She couldn't hear the TV, she couldn't hear the radio, she couldn't even hear the airplanes taking off or the trains when they passed by. So first, I'm going to help you guys understand how your ears work. So there's 3 parts to your ear. First is the outer ear, and that's the part that you can see. Can everybody touch their ears? Good job. This part is called the pinna. The next part of your ear, you can't really see it, but it's called the middle ear. And there's some little bones in there. The first one's called your eardrum. And then you also have your malleus, your incus, and your stapes. And they're just these little bitty bones in your ear that vibrate when they hear a sound. Do you guys know what vibrate means? That's right. They move just a little bit and super fast. So just kind of like this. Then, on the very inside, the part that's closest to your brain is called your inner ear. In the inner ear, there's a thing that looks kind of like a snail, like that. It's called the cochlea. Inside the cochlea, you have some little bitty hairs, just like the ones on your head. And they move when the sound touches them. When they move, they tell your brain what they heard. That's pretty cool, huh? Okay, so there's different kinds of hearing loss. Has anyone ever had an ear infection? Yeah, I've had some when I was little, and they are not fun at all, are they? So, sometimes when you have an ear infection, it makes it kind of hard to hear. That happens when there's liquid right around those little teeny tiny bones in the middle of your ear, and that kind of hearing loss is called conductive, and it can go away, usually with medicine or on its own. The other kind of hearing loss is called sensorineural. That is what your classmate has. So the cochlea and the hairs inside, like all the way in your middle ear, remember those? They don't really work the way that they're supposed to. So how did your classmate get this? You know how you have brown eyes and you have green eyes and blue eyes? That comes from your parents. Before you're even born, when you're being made inside your mommy's tummy, you get these things called genes from your parents, and those decide what color eyes you have, what color hair you have, how tall you're going to be, and there's even ones that say if you're going to be able to hear or not. So your classmate got genes that said her inner ear wouldn't work the same way as most people's, and that she wouldn't be able to hear. But that's okay, because just like blue eyes aren't better than brown eyes, being able to hear doesn't make you better than someone who can't. It just makes you different. So when you're a baby, you have to listen to your mom and dad and all the other people around you when they talk, and so then you can help learn the words, and then you can be able to talk. Since your classmate couldn't hear, she had a really hard time learning how to talk. So her mom and dad tried to help her learn, but since she couldn't hear, then it didn't really work for her to talk like you all do, with your mouth. So she uses her hands. Have you guys seen her use her hands to talk? You know what that means? So she uses something called sign language. So just like you would wave hi and bye, you know that a wave means hi and bye? She has symbols for every single word that you know how to say. Each word that you say has a hand movement, and your classmate knows how to use those to talk. So now, did you guys notice that your classmate can hear? I know she still probably uses sign language, and she's not used to using her ears yet, but she can hear. That's because she got something called a cochlear implant. This is a super special machine that your classmate got put in her ears, all the way back on the inner ear where that cochlea is. Remember the snail? You can't see it from the inside, but then you see that thing that sticks out on top of her head? That's just a little microphone that helps her hear better so that she can talk to everybody. Okay, so now what? Your classmate is still learning words and she's learning how to talk, and her voice might sound a little funny, but that doesn't mean anything. You don't have to yell or anything when you talk to her. You just have to be nice and help her learn the words and help her learn how to say them the right way. Do you guys think you can do that? Great. Okay. If I could have everybody form a super nice straight line, and then if you're very, very, very careful and nice and gentle, you can touch her cochlear implant, okay? Just the outside part. Don't pull on it, just touch it nicely.